Give me what I desire most. Well, that's disappointing. Hello everyone, and welcome to a review of one of the Touch Generation DS games, Big Brain Academy. Big Brain Academy originally came out in 2005 in Japan, and later to the rest of the world in 2006. And like I said, is part of the Touch Generation games, which use the touchscreen over buttons. The buttons surrounding this right here. This is your controller. Because just like Nintendo said, touching is good. And what they did with Big Brain Academy is sort of similar to Brain Age, where you're testing your brain with various minigames, except it's more multiplayer focused, and I guess I would also say just taking a different direction creatively from Brain Age. I mean, if I pull out my copy of the game from the old shelf right here, you can see that these two look very different. And that's obviously, they're not the same game, and this is not even like a spin-off of Brain Age, but they came out around the same time, and I like to imagine that they originally had the idea of having one brain-related game, but later came to the realization that they could have, spun off into different, territories, this being single-player, this being more multiplayer. Creatively, from a game like Brain Age, this is definitely a lot more colorful, a lot more vibrant. It has like the name says, academy. It's more school focused in the sense that you feel like you are being given these tests by an actual teacher and you're being scored on it. And you're not graded with letter grades. You're just graded by how big your brain is, literally, in grams, which is interesting to say the least. Without further ado, I'm going to boot up my DS that hasn't been turned on in months and get started. Alright, so here we are on the title screen for Big Brain Academy, and as you can see it says touch, because that's the only thing we're going to be doing with this game. And there are actually save files, and now there were a few people before me. We have David, Emily, and Henry, and I don't know how those people are doing now, but if you somehow recognize this as your copy, I have it, and it's going nowhere. As you see, I'm there at the bottom. I don't know if I overwrote someone else's save file, but you can also send demos, as you can see down here, to other DSs with DS Wireless Play. I haven't gotten to the minigames yet, but the ones I'm about to show you, you can actually send to other people. So in a way, you can test out the game, see if you like it for yourself, and then buy it in stores. Or in this case, in this day and age, you can buy it off eBay, buy it from a game store, whatever. There's also an options menu, but it's kind of underwhelming because it's just the sound, so there's nothing else. You could have just said sound, not options, because I thought there'd be more than sound. Let's head a note. We are given 3 options. We have practice, test, and what does that say? Versus. And the big 2 you're going to be probably playing around with is test and practice, but mostly practice. And this is where the actual mini games are. They're split into 5 categories. We have think, memorize, analyze, compute, and identify. Yeah, identify. And I think this is different in the later games like the Wii Degree and Brain versus Brain, but this game uses these 5 categories, essentially trying to make you think with different parts of the brain, or making you solve different types of questions, problems, mini games. I think I'm thinking about this too hard. So let's go into think, for example. As you can see, you're thinking about which weighs more. What is this? It's so hard to see. I don't know what that is, and I think it's a cat, but the cat weighs more. Here, this is my least favorite minigame. You're just like drawing a line to connect with another thing at the bottom. And I'll show you these I'll play them in a second, but I just wanted to show you a little bit. And over here, I completely forgot how to play this game. I am not reviewing very good. Oh well. Yeah, there's 3 minigames in each category, adding to 15 total. And I think for what the price probably was at launch, which I think was $40, I don't think that 15 minigames is a very good trade-off. I believe that Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain on the Nintendo Switch was $30 when it originally came out in 2021. And I think I even remember people talking about how that wasn't a good deal. And you got 20 minigames in that, not to mention like online play. Just a lot more things than you got in this release, and this was $40. So I don't think that people realize that this was kind of a ripoff back when it first came out in 2006 here in North America. And you know, beyond these mini games, these other two game modes just use what's in practice. Like test, you're just randomly given one mini game from each category, and you're scored on it, and then given a final brain weight, I think. And then with versus mode, you're just competing to see who can play mini games the fastest. So I'll stop waiting around, and I will get started on the mini games, and we're gonna switch to overview because I cannot play like this. That's just not gonna happen. Here we are on the test, and I did not do very good. I got a C. I think the highest you can get is like an A or S, but didn't do very good. So I think someone could very easily beat that score, but we'll see what I get now. I'm actually gonna try. So this will either be sad or mildly impressive. Let's go. Think. I don't know if they're randomly select. I think you start just at think each time, but I think in other games it's randomly selected what you start with. Like I said, at least for mini games. So if it goes down here, it goes here, and then goes down here. So we want to make a line here. See? Here we're just trying to pick up shapes around here to make this smiley face. And there we go. Oh, I'm not very good at touching like the game says. Touching's good. I'm gonna score well. Can I finish? Yeah. Ugh, I suck! So, what? Oh yeah, okay, I remember this one. So you just gotta memorize the numbers. Four plus 1 is 5. So you're just given math problems, except they are worded and not numbers like math usually is. 2 plus 2 is, I think, 4. Like you were at multiplication. So this might destroy a 5-year-old. See, we're gonna do hippo, goat. Hippo, goat. Done. Lion, ostrich. Here's your lion, ostrich. Hippo, gorilla, gorilla. Just one straight line. Yep. I'm the goat. Alright, here's our results. Let's see how I did. And so I think it was like 900 something grams I had to beat. Did I actually get a lower score? Damn, I was not locked in, was I? I have the brain of a museum curator. I don't know what that means. So yeah, I got a lower score. So if you want to beat my high score, it's not going to be very difficult. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, it doesn't. So yeah, just randomly starts with a random game. Okay. But yeah. That is the main gist of Big Brain Academy. You are just playing mini games to test your brain. Some of them are fun. Some of them I think are not fun. And some of them are just okay. But ultimately, I think that there could have been a lot better mini games than what was shown, especially with 15. I don't think 15 was enough in the first place. This kind of reminds me of the DSiWare games that you would buy, digitally. This doesn't really look like something or doesn't play like something you'd get on a physical release. Not to mention for $40 at launch, I'm pretty sure, because like all the DS games were $40, so I'm pretty sure they were all the same. Regardless, though, if you can find this on eBay, in a game store, with just a loose cartridge. The complete box is pretty cheap. I think I got this for like $5. Comes with the manual and everything, so pretty good. If you're a collector like I am, I think that this is a pretty good collection item right here, especially because they're usually in good condition. But ultimately, I think I would rate the actual game a solid 4 out of 10. It really is an underwhelming game. And I think there are other touch generation games like Brain Age. And you know what? Even I'll show you. Even like the personal trainer walking and the personal trainer cooking, which I played this. It's literally just like a recipe book. But I've had more fun with this than with Big Brain Academy. Yeah, 4 out of 10 is what I rate it. Would I recommend it? No, unless you are a collector, because it's cheap. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.